first off, man, I want to thank Mr. Bidwell, Mr. King, Coach Kingsbury, Coach Cougar for believing in me and giving me this opportunity to be able to come down to Arizona and be a part of the Red Sea, man. I'm happy. My family's happy. Just know y'all got a great lineman no matter what it is, man. I'm excited to be a Cardinal.
All right, Josh, we'll start off with 3 questions. Craig Fouey, Scott Bordeaux, and Darren Urban.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, Craig Fouey with ABC here in Phoenix. Just first of all, were you surprised that you fell to the 3rd round? And second, how excited are you to be a part of this Cardinals offense?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. Not something me, my agent talked about. We were getting feedback, 1 and 2. That's what we're getting, this whole draft process. But, sometimes things don't work out in your favor, man. Not even in your favor. Sometimes you just got to, play with the cards you're dealt, man. I'm happy I landed with the Cardinals, man, with a great team, a rising team. Everything's going up, with a great quarterback, and now you got somebody to protect himself.
Josh, Scott Bordeaux from The Athletic. Do you have history with Cliff Kingsbury? Did he recruit you, and have you gotten to know him over the years?
Yes, sir. He did recruit me out of George Bush High School. He offered me early. I think after my 3rd or 4th offer, Texas Tech was like my fifth offer. So I knew, from there he had interest in me from back then. And then the O-line coach I was at Texas Tech actually became Brandon Jones. Actually ended up being my O-line coach here my final year at Houston. And he coached under Coach Kingsbury. So I knew some. A tie, some type of tie in between them two guys. They have a good relationship. So I was getting feedback from my coach and what Coach Kingsbury thought about me. So.
Hey, Josh, it's Darren Urban from azcardinals.com. Couple quick things. I know you played a lot of left tackle. How comfortable would you be playing on the right side? And also, if you could talk a little bit about how you felt your experience went at the Senior Bowl and if that went the way you wanted it to go.
I would feel definitely comfortable switching over to right. If that's what they ask me to do, it's whatever the team needs. I'm here to do it. If it's right tackle, guard, or anything. I'm athletic. I can switch my stance. I've been working at it. This whole draft process. So I don't feel like it'll be too hard of a switch over for me. And the Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl was ecstatic, man. It was a great experience, man. I just want to give a special shout out to Jim Nagy for inviting me, up to the Senior Bowl to play against, play with some great players, get some more exposure. I feel like it went well for me. The first day, it was a little slow, but as I got back into my groove, I was able to, really show my skills. And it was a great time. Everything was first class.
Sorry, next up we'll do Bob McManaman, Catherine Fitzgerald, and Josh Weinfuss.
Hey, Josh, congratulations. How long do you think would be satisfactory for you to be able to move into a starting role on the right side?
Man, I say right away, man. I feel like I'm ready to play, at that level against a lot of great guys, man. I feel like I'm definitely one of the the play ready tackles right now in this draft. And the Cardinals got a good one, man. I'm just coming there ready to work. Try to get in the playbook as much as I can, learn the plays as quick as I can, and understand the offense so we can flow, so I can play fast, and be able to play well.
Hi, Josh. This is Catherine. Congrats. You mentioned Kyler Murray already. What do you think it'll be like, playing with him? Do you think you'll need to adjust any of your game too for his style?
No, man. I had a lot of, mobile quarterbacks, man. I had, Greg Ward. I had De'Aaron King. So I had a lot of mobile quarterbacks that kind of have the same play style as him, that can make plays with his feet. So you always got to stay blocking, stay on your guy, give him the opportunity to make plays because he is a playmaker. That's what he does. So I have some experience of playing with his type of player, and I'm happy he's going to be be our quarterback.
Hey, Josh, it's Josh Weinfuss with ESPN. Playing under Dana, you played in a very similar scheme to what Cliff runs. How comfortable are you in it? What do you know about Cliff's version, which is just a little bit different than Dana's?
Would you be able to repeat that? You were going in and out.
Yeah, you playing under Danny, you played in a similar offense to what Cliff runs here in Arizona. What do you know about Cliff's version of his, of the air raid, and how comfortable are you sliding into that style of offense at the NFL level?
I say when I watched, kind of this year how they wanted to do it. I don't think it's too far from how Dana's offense, how we were supposed to run it. I don't think it's too far off at all. Coach Kingsbury already mentioned Dana as his guy, so they're basically under the same tree. So I don't think it's too much of a difference, except probably the speed, and the level they play at. Well, what was your second question? I'm sorry.
It was how comfortable do you think you are playing at that speed with your athleticism, considering your history with that offense?
Man, it's definitely. I think it'll be. I'll be able to pick it up fairly quickly. Because the year, I think my junior year, we had Coach Kendall Brown said we ran 90 plays a minute. So I'm used to going fast and moving fast and picking up things at a quick speed.
Our next three, if we go to Richard Sines, Tressa Tudrick, and Cameron Cox.
Hey, Josh, Richard Sines with Fox 10 Phoenix. Yeah, you kind of talked about being able to pick up this type of offense. It seems like you've had to adjust to different offenses in your experience there in Houston. With your experience of playing so much and adjusting to new offenses, how much do you think that's going to help you when you get to this level in this new offense?
Man, you got to really take care of your body, especially when running that many plays, in a short period of time like that. You just got to take care of your body, knowing you're in shape, each and every week, after hard brutal games, hard brutal practices, you got to go in there and treat your body like a pro.
Hi, Josh. I just want to congratulate you becoming an Arizona Cardinal. My question for you is, how excited are you to play with the Rookie of the Year quarterback Kyler Murray, and how do you plan on protecting him?
Man, I'm excited, man. I watched him in college. His senior year, I think he had like the most touchdowns ever, scored in OU history. It was amazing to watch, man. He made everybody's job easier, and I'm gonna give my all out there. Every single time I'm protecting for him, I'm gonna give my all out there, making sure he's kept clean as much as I can, and protect him.
Hey, Josh, Cameron Cox, 12 News here in Phoenix. Kelly Oubre with the Suns just sent out a tweet your way. I see you guys both went to Bush High School out of Houston. Did you know him when you were in high school? Did y'all play on the same basketball team together? We
did. My sophomore year in high school, my first year at Bush, it was his junior year, and we were on the same basketball team. We went all the way into the regional finals where we played the Harrison Twins. We had a great team that year. We had a good relationship when he was here at Bush, man. Yeah, and I'm happy, that he's a big thing down there in Phoenix, man. It's exciting.
All right, our next three, Jess Root, Howard Balzer, Kyle Odegaard.
Hey, Josh, this is Jess Root from CardsWire.com. Leading up to the draft, I mean, how much contact did you have with the Cardinals and the coaches, and what type of conversations you guys had leading up to the draft, especially since they didn't have a pick until, coming up here in the early 3rd round?
Right. We talked, I think at, every event, the Senior Bowl, the combine, and even the FaceTime calls and Zoom calls, over this process. We talked fairly well. I didn't have no idea. I talked to a lot of teams, a lot, throughout this process. So I couldn't really just get a gauge on who was, really going to pull the trigger. I just knew, my O-line coach, had connection, had the connection with Coach Kingsbury, him knowing me already. Recruit me since high school. So.
Hey, Josh, Howard Balzer from SI.com. Did you hear any discussion of why do you think that perhaps you went later than expected? I know there was some talk about maybe combine testing, and second part of that, will this motivate you where you went? Not that you wouldn't be anyway, but motivate you even more when you get to this level to prove people wrong.
Man, I say I'm I did not know. My agent did not know, this was going to happen. We were, pretty, we thought we were going to go in 1 or 2. So as picks, kept going. We were in conversation. He said he didn't know, he wasn't hearing anything from teams. He didn't hear anything negative. Nothing bad, about, combine or anything about my character. So it just happens like that. The draft is crazy sometimes, and I understand that. I know that, and he prepared me for that. But I think it's a chip. It's a chip. Added on my shoulder, man. For every team that passed on me, and thank you to the Arizona Cardinals for actually, taking me. They got a great ball player. I'm making those other guys, kick themselves in the butt for missing them. Throughout my career. So.
Josh, the Cardinals are big on figuring out a prospect's personality. Do you think that prior relationship with Cliff and him knowing your coaching staff was pretty beneficial for you because they could ask about you as a person?
Yeah, Coach. He knew me personally. He knew the type of man I am. And it's the guys that that vouch for me. My online coach. That's at Houston now. Dana Holgerson. They vouch for me on my character. And I'm happy for those. They did that for me because that's who I am. And he knows that. And I'm pretty sure he told the whole staff that. The type of player I am, and the type of character guy I am. So.
Okay, we'll finish up with the final 3: Catherine Fitzgerald, Kevin Zimmerman, and Colin Harmon to wrap it up.
Josh, outside of, ending up in the 3rd round, how has this draft process been for you with just all the remote aspects and just being such a unique experience this year?
Man, I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed the process, man. Starting from when I left for training to begin this process all the way until now, man. I enjoyed it. It's kind of a different thing, having continue to get recruited on Zoom, FaceTime calls, having to stay in shape while staying, trying to stay healthy and stay inside. It's been a little tough. It's going to be something that's going to be talked about for a long time. I was happy to be a part of this.
Hey Josh, this is Kevin Zimmerman from Arizona Sports. Congrats. I was just curious if you happen to know Coach Kugler from either high school when he was out at or just in this process.
We probably met, before or talked in the recruiting process and, for college. But, I think we really kicked it off when we had, our meeting, our in-room meeting. I think it was either, I don't know if it was, I think it was a Senior Bowl. We had our in-room meeting. I think we really kicked it off there. I think we really made a connection. So he was able to feel comfortable drafting me and bringing me into the room, to be able to perform at a high level.
Hey, Josh, Colin Harmon, ABC 15 Sports. When you're told that you might go in the 1st round or the 2nd round, what's it like, sitting there on your couch with your family and still waiting to hear your name called, and all of a sudden we get into the 3rd round? I mean, what's that process like mentally as you sit there and wait?
Man, it was tough, man. It was tough, watching, the picks go by, man. The room is quiet. It's eerie in there. Everybody's ready to celebrate, but you don't know where you're going to go. You have this idea of going 1 and 2, but, it was kind of upsetting, but, I'm happy it's over now. I'm happy I was able to get, chosen by the Cardinals. And it's going to be a great time.